And we are officially live for the first time this year. Look at who we have. We've got Joyce in sunny California. Hi,
Hello.
Joyce.
Hi.
And we've got Stacy in Texas. Is that where you are?
Yes.
She's in Texas. Okay. We got a couple other people joining us, but we'll let them come in as they come in, and we'll just get started. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there, we had a little audio there. All right, so well, I look at that. We have two live people showing, and I know who those two people are. Anyway, so the first one is always, the tester that we're in beta, and Stacy's moving around so much that I'm having like a hard time. That's okay, Stacy. Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. I just, hey, I got a lot of things to focus on here, folks. Remember, I'm doing the production of this, but it's not that big of a deal. I've been doing it for years, so I know what we're doing. So today, officially, the Patti Serrano podcast official live stream Q&A for businesses is on. And we're going to talk today about, basic questions, startups, people that haven't started yet. We have some businesses coming in that are already in business. So let's just jump right into it. We've got Joyce out there in California. She's got a jewelry business. Look at those cute little, show them the cute little, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All about sunflowers.
And she's just getting started. She's but she's best served to learn some of the basic, I've got an idea, or I've got a craft, or I've got whatever, and I'm ready to get going. She's the perfect person for today, because there are a lot of people that are you, Joyce. They've got a craft, a talent. Now, Stacy, in the years that I've known her below there, same as it is. She's a artist with a calling for photography and art. And bring us up to date, Stacy. I mean, I know we're not ready yet, but can you just bring us up to date in one sentence? Okay, you can have two.
I'm working towards art therapy certification that I would like to take on the road to facilitate art experiences.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. Now, another thing is the nomadic experience of working on the road is really big right now. Two reasons. One is entrepreneurship is at an all-time high. People want to have their own businesses. And second thing is they want to go on the road. So if you can figure out something that you can do both, particularly if you're young, then, hey, I figured it out. Let's see, 2011, what would that be? 12, 13 years ago, I went on the road with my coaching with a Success Loft van. It had with business, a wrap on the van. I went van lifing and worked. So you'll figure it out. And we're going to figure it out if you have some good questions. So let's go right in and dive right in and ask Joyce. Raise your hand, Joyce. Ask us a question, any question. Come on, make it hard on me. Come on, make it hard.
Well, I am at the beginning, and I know we've been talking about this. I'm trying to figure out now my next step to taking it from doing just the creation and the local vendor shows to how I can actually reach an audience to make an income with this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So any tips?
Yeah, any tips? Well, the first thing is first thing, and so I always tell people that when we get started, we got the idea. Of course, we're going to have to work on the branding, the colors, the fonts, and all that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can maybe show us a card. You might have already done that.
Yes.
First thing and foremost, I ask people, there's something about having a business card that says, I'm in business. I don't know what it is. But then you're out, networking at the grocery store or wherever, and you're passing out this card, and you're officially in business. So if someone said, well, what do you think the number one thing is? I say, get a business card. And many of you know, I probably should have had mine out here when I started the Patti Serrano podcast. I had to go through, sometimes you have to go through a couple boxes a couple little boxes to figure out what do I want to say. And you also might have a different audience. For example, I have an audience that, let's say I'm going to do business seminars and business coaching or whatever. I have an audience that has a card that says, public speaker, blah, 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 blah. It's fogged out, but basically that's my business card to give to people. And this can also, we're going to talk a little bit about a by the way. This can also turn into a by the way. Oh, by the way, did you know that I'm starting a business? Having your cards, I would say, is quintessentially the number one thing you can do is get a business card. And then, like, for example, what I did with the Patti Serrano podcast, just starting out less than, 8 weeks ago, I came in and started branding, you might say. So now I know this is fogged out, but I've got the colors, I've got the quintessential hat, the mantra. And then someone said, well, why don't you do, since your mantra this year is giddy up, why don't you get on a horse? So I did that. So this is all the stuff that once you get into it, but I will say your card is first. Okay, so let me answer the next question. Hold on. Let's welcome Ferris in though. First, Ferris out there in Colorado Springs. Hello.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to need you. Ferris and Stacy could be certified coaches themselves. So you guys just jump in wherever you want, just interject, whatever you like. So Joyce is starting out, lots of spirit, lots of good stuff. You want to hold your card up so we can see it? She got her card.
Yes. There it is.
Let's look at it in the camera. Oh, nice.
That's
I
one
like it.
side. And then
That's one side.
on the other side, it has brings you right to the Instagram.
Oh, and is that a QR code?
Yes.
Yeah, very, very popular now. And you notice my
Okay.
first one didn't have a QR code. And I think it was Ferris might have even said, Ferris being a certified coach himself. So then I put the QR code back. And really, then I tell people, hey, go right there. That's my YouTube, They don't have to go, where's your website and all that. QR codes turned out, I was kind of anti-QR code years ago, but I'm kind of liking them now. All right, so she's got her card. What would you say, Ferris, I know you came in a little bit late, but what would you say for Joyce? She's got her product line. She's built a lot of inventory. She's doing jewelry, specialized jewelry.
And
She's got her business card. What would you say, and we'll ask Stacey too, would be next? What do you think she could be best served to do next?
Keep that smile.
thank you.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
given.
Those are white teeth, girl.
Thanks.
Yeah. And you know what? He might have something there because you got networking and you don't, you're like, here's my card. And who's attracted to that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas that smile is opening to my business and all that. And
First thing I see is the smile, then I see the earrings. Then it's
Yes.
like,
oh,
I
and they
make
match her
sunflower
personality
earrings.
too, don't they? They totally match her personality. Yes.
Thank you. Yes,
Um,
it's a big draw when I'm at a vendor show that a lot of people approach because of the color and the vibes they're getting from our creations, but just the overall, it draws them to the booth. But then how do I get them to come online?
Okay, so we'll work on that.
Yeah.
By the way, let me just take a break here and say, if any of you are in the chat room or in the live stream over on Facebook, or over on YouTube, type something in. Ask me a question. This is your chance to get free coaching. Come on. I'm not going to charge you. And basically, I know some of you don't know who I am, or quite frankly, I don't know if it really matters. The best thing is to give good answers to the questions, and good answers not only to Joyce, but to anyone that's looking at this now or later, because it's, you never know. That might be you. You might be thinking about an idea right now and you want to start in, then follow these startup businesses leads. And let's see, here's a question. Joyce, I'm going to come shopping at your place in a couple days. I need some earrings, girl. Hey, you got a
Hey.
sale there. Paris, her smiling face. She's got a sale.
Yay.
Well, this wasn't supposed to be that kind of online shopping, but go ahead, you can have it. Anyway, all right. So if you do have a question, be sure and ask any kind of business question. That's what we're here for today. All right. So next thing is, so Joyce now has her card. I would suggest to somebody that's a startup to next thing would be to go and join a networking group in town where you can start shaking hands and passing those cards out, or better yet, join the chamber. And you've seen me in my videos where I'm really promoting the chamber, because here's why. I went into Quartzsite, joined the chamber right off the bat, and I asked them, should I go business chamber membership, which is $200, or just an individual one? And they said, well, if you don't have a business license yet, just go individual. So you could actually go down to the chamber of your town and join the chamber as an individual for a lot less money until you get that business license. And then what the next step would be, so it's card, network, get those cards being passed out. And then the third thing is to join a networking or chamber. So now you can really be official. You are in the world of commerce. Okay. So you get out there to the networking event, and Ferris and I have been doing this. Ferris and I go back 14, 15 years. I met him at a networking event, and he came up with his card and told me what he was about to do and all that. And we've been working together ever since. In fact, my podcasts are sponsored by Ferris. If you see at the end, it says the Premier Event Company, Lime Events, Leave Your Mark Events. I can't do anything or say anything to make him be seen as one of the most top-notch companies that I know of, run top-notch. Now, remember, we are all what's called solopreneurs. If you're in the house today or you're watching and you work for a company, or you might want to start a company with more people, that's fine. We can still help you if you're starting a company. But all of us are what's called solopreneurs. We're all by ourselves. We do everything, and we like it that way because we don't have to answer to anybody, right? I like being my own boss. Patti, you've been a bad girl. Now you go get in the corner and take a time out. No. Anyway, all right. So we go to, all right. So we have the business card, check, right? Now have you done any networking at all in the community where you live?
Yes. I walked around with my business cards, and I've gone into different little shops around town.
You have? Okay.
So a couple of them do have some of my items. And then other ones, they said I could bring in some items, and they'd check them out and see if they wanted to have them in their stores.
Perfect. All right. So you've got some networking, and now your next step would be to join either a networking group such as business. You have to go on the internet. There's so many of them out there. There's international ones and that type of thing. The theory is you got to shake hands. You got to shake hands. So do that and then see what happens. All right. So we got a little chat room going here. Great show. Very interesting. Okay, good. Thank you, Simply. All right. So next step then would be, we got the cards, we've got the network, we're going to join a networking group. Now, everyone thinks, well, I don't have enough inventory. Oh my gosh, when I go, I'm going to sell out. No, you're not. No, you're thinking I want you to think big. Like for me, when I went down, recently to do my plants at the senior center, I thought, well, I'll have some for all these different craft shows, and all my plants, it did in fact sell out that first day. And I was upset for that because I didn't have any more plants. But that's Plants by Patti. It's a little side hustle that I do. But anyway, I don't think that's going to happen in most cases. You're not going to, sell out. So don't be afraid to sign up for craft show, craft show, craft show. Like in Ferris's case, when he first started, it was wasn't it Ferris like go out and have a booth at an expo or go out and see? The theory is you want to just be out there all the time, giving your cards away. It's real old school because now we have Facebook and TikTok and all this stuff. But belly to belly, they call it, passing out is quintessentially the best. So, do you remember what you did in the beginning of your business, Ferris?
I went to events, running events, bicycling events.
Oh, that's right.
Run stores, bicycle stores, anywhere where my target audience was at.
Mm-hmm. And Ferris hit the ground running pretty fast too. Stay in that niche that's like that running events. In Colorado Springs, there's the Jack Quinn Running Club. That's just like no other running club in the world could be run like that. They had 1,600 people running down this main street in Colorado Springs on any given Tuesday night. I mean,
Wow.
You talk about marketing. It was just so selective marketing, how they pulled off all those people. But on the other hand, the people that sponsored or became involved, such as Ferris having a table there, they rode off the skirt tails of that event, which we all can do also. We can ride off those skirt tails of, somebody else event. They're doing all the work. All you have to do is show up at the table. I mean, that's pretty basic straight up, but I suggest that. Keeping your inventory tied up because of fear of not wanting to, sell is very common. Like I won't have enough if I go out there. So, yeah. Did you want to show off any couple pieces to us, Joyce? Or
Oh, I have them right in front of me. These are all, I don't know if, can you see these very well?
Well, let me do this. I'll do you a favor.
What?
Full screen. You're on all by
Oh, wow.
yourself.
Can you see this?
Yep.
So we have all of these earrings that we make here. And then big sunflower earrings. I'm all about the big.
Yeah, if you like sunflowers, that's the one.
And then locally, this is the sand and shells from the beach nearby with little charms. And then I have white sage that's locally grown and have charms on those as well. So,
Wow.
and then we just have lots of wood bracelets and then bracelets with crystals. So you can stack them. Part of the craze and a little more bag charms.
Nice. All
And
right.
just lots of fun stuff and earrings.
Yeah, that's great. Really pretty. Everybody comments are like really pretty, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
We enjoy making them and sharing them with everyone. So that's my main thing. We just want to be able to get them out, and it makes me feel so good to know when people pick something that calls to them and they're enjoying it. And that's really, we enjoy making it. And we started as a hobby, but we figure we're making so much. Now it's time to spread it and share it. So
I think Ferris had a question for you.
Yes.
What is your price point?
They're actually about $10 to $20. Most everything is 10, and then the 20 for some of the more sparkly, earrings that use more crystals.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
We try to keep them pretty basic prices so that they're available to a lot of the different people in the community that we do events at.
All right. So you are officially, I would say you would be considered a startup. Is that right? Would you consider yourself a startup? Okay. And you're starting up pretty good. You got a good inventory. You got your business card, all that. So now I know the audience is dying to ask, what would you say is holding you back from the next step?
Now I'm in the research part of trying to figure out which platform to choose to do online sales.
Oh, okay.
There's so many different ones. So I'm watching other people that make jewelry and that have sites that they sell stuff, and I'm asking them what platforms they use. that involve the payment plus the mailing. That's the big thing. Honestly, mailing is so expensive that I'd like to find, that's my main thing, is to research and find a good platform so that it's, people can order without having to pay too much in shipping or, I'm just learning that whole part.
Yeah, the online part. Okay, so you're learning the
Yeah.
online part. Okay, so let me ask you, because I get sometimes kind of tough on people when I'm coaching them because I move really fast, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Giddy up, baby, giddy up. Anyway, all right, so you're researching. What is the reason at this point right now that you don't have a website? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten that far yet.
No, I've gotten that far yet.
Now I
Okay.
have Instagram, I have Facebook, but I'd like to be able to, when people are looking at the items on Instagram, be able to hit shop, like right
Yeah.
on Instagram
And
or something
that's
like
why I
that.
was asking you that question,
And
because in your research, to me anyway, would be, you're showing your stuff off now on social media, and that's kind of like marketing and
yeah,
advertising, free advertising. But commerce,
yes,
when the cash register rings, is
yes,
where we have to have a platform for that. So in
yeah,
other words, and I'm just going to use you as an example because that smiling face looks like you can probably take it if I say it, But from the most part, for what I've learned from people that haven't taken that next step, which is the preliminary one, by the way, having a website. Because even if you don't do commerce on this website, you can at
yeah,
least tell your story. You can at least tell your why. Why am I doing this? Why did I get into it? And people are attracted to the Joyce. They're attracted to the person, the designer behind it. So I would suggest at this point, during your research, you can get on a free platform. There's a couple of them, and just put Sunset Souls and your contact and your email and all that. And just so you can next say the next step in my journey is I can check that part off. Because when you
okay,
go into a website, you've now gone into commerce because
that's
they
true.
can call you and place an order. They can email you and place an order. You've now entered into commerce. And who doesn't want commerce?
Yes,
I mean, who
yes,
doesn't want the cash register to ring? So
yes,
we want to get the cash register ringing. And so
yes,
once we get all the preliminary, which it sounds like you've done, but what I suspect, and I see this in a lot of people over the years, is we get afraid. So we stay in what's called alpha too long.
yeah,
Alpha is when we're just like researching because we're afraid to
yes,
jump out into beta.
yep,
Well, if you jump into beta, now everything's exposed.
yes,
Maybe they don't like it. Maybe they don't like my web. I'm out there in beta. So you're in alpha. And
yeah.
my suggestion to you, in the nicest way I can, is now it's time to go into beta.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
beta
I
would be
appreciate the push. I need that.
beta would be the beta now is you're out there, you're exposed, take the hits. Because remember, beta isn't the final. Beta is now you're
Yes,
taking the hits, you're finding out what do those big sunflowers sell or the little ones sell.
yes,
Now, if you're listening and you're a business, take the same information to your business. You know, Ferris, who's been doing this for years, can take a simple thing that a startup's learning and go back and do the same thing. For example, didn't you tell me recently, Ferris, that you were going to start working on your website, and freshen that up a little bit?
Yes, I have an
And
appointment on Wednesday
why is that? Why do we freshen up our websites?
to keep it updated, to keep top of mind.
Top of mind. And we keep our website, Joyce, created and up to date because that is our brick and mortar. That is our portal to commerce. See, a website way before Spotify and Pinterest and Etsy and all this, a website can just serve you right now as your portal to people looking in on you. Let's
yes.
look at Joyce. So that's a must. Your next step would be top priority. And for
Okay.
Ferris now, again, he takes suggestions better than anybody I know. I've been with Ferris for what, 14 years now, since his very first race.
I think it's 15.
Okay, see, I mean, and this, I've watched him do all these things, and now can be certified as a coach himself because he can help other people too. And so I say, freshen that website up, Ferris, get one going. And then next week we'll work on how the portal, how your brick and mortar's doing. What's it look like? And if anybody in the room that's listening needs, shouldn't say needs, is best served to have, look at Stacy down there smiling. She knows needs is not one of my words in my vocabulary. I'm not needy, so I don't use the word need. But anyway, if anybody is best served to work on anything, be sure and get a hold of me. These Friday sessions are going to be for just that. And the other thing is, maybe Joyce can't come every week. Maybe Ferris can't come every week. Maybe some of you can't come every week. But we'll check in and we'll watch. What's really beautiful about watching the progress of people is now you see, oh my gosh, if I would have done that. Oh, it's kind of like that lose weight, the before when you're 300 pounds, and then the after when you've lost 150 pounds, you go, oh, if I would have just done that, it's the same thing. You're there. So give me another question. Somebody throw out a question. We're here for a few more minutes. We're going to try to stay at about 30 minutes of coaching.
Are you able to recommend any platforms like for building a website? I know there's a lot out there to start your own website. Anything that you've all used that you recommend that makes it kind of has that ability to be able to pay stuff and pay for items and
and I see a question here. Someone asked, how do we get a hold of you? So we will announce that in just a second. I know that for me, Google is on, it's got YouTube, everything. So Google to me has a platform called Blogspot. And if you have a Gmail, do you have a Gmail?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So all you have to do is go over and all the services that they select and just hit Blogger. See, before websites, a lot of people were doing blogs. Mm-hmm. So Google just kept it called the Blogspot. But you're going to erase all that anyway. You're going to call it, sunsetsouls.com.
Yeah.
But you're going to build it on that Blogger, and it's free. It's easy. Not as beautiful as some that you pay $500 or but it's get you one page with all that information that you need. Okay. You need the contact information and maybe a couple pictures of your products.
Yes.
Wix, I think, is free. Wix. Does anybody else have any they know are free? GoDaddy, I think, might be free, but just go under free websites. Just
sure.
Google that, and it's easy. It's people sometimes fear websites, but they're easy, and you can do it. You can manage it.
Yeah.
So
I just like to add that as a client, I would love to hear your story, and on the opposite side, I'm kind of shy, so I'm encouraging you to put it out there and put it out there big, and don't hide behind your story. Embrace whatever it is that's making you passionate, and use ChatGPT or something like that to refine it. But don't hold back. Let us know the good, the ugly, the passion, whatever it is, especially when it's a changeable item. Because when I would wear it, I would think, oh, she had this hard, and then that made this good, or she's just, I would know something about you.
Okay,
that's
great.
Yeah, so just start with the artist, and about, and I think if you go to Blogger, I think they even have a what's called a gadget, and you just put that gadget on that says about me, and then you can just write about it. That's great, Stacy. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, and she'll do it. She'll appreciate it. Do you have anybody have any questions before we say sayonara? Because this was really constructive.
Yes, thank you all.
First one was really going to be excellent to anyone that has an idea. I have this idea. I think I kind of want to make a business out of it. So you're the perfect person to come in today, Joyce, that can help other people to see where they go.
Thank you all. I appreciate you all.
Yes, and then we've got the experienced person like Ferris, who's done it, and he's trial and error and this and that. And Then Stacy, of course, is, like I said earlier in her introduction, she has looked into several different things, but I think she's capable of being a certified, whatever she wants to be. She's got it. How to choose a business name. Yes. I love that. Yes. The next time we'll put that on the docket.
Yeah.
We'll pick a business name because, well, I'm going to have to just let my side stories, kind of, I don't really want to talk too much about myself because you guys are here, but someone recently in the last 6 months actually told me to just, why don't you check with Chat GPT? And I don't know who that little bugger is in that little room, but that little bugger comes up with some pretty doggone stuff. So now I'm designing a logo, you might say, and I'll paste it into Chat GPT now. Okay, critique this. Let me know, and son of a gun, if they don't come out and go, well, that doesn't, that font doesn't match that one, and kind of bold up that color, and remove that, and so I'll do a confession. The thumbnails on the Patti Serrano podcast are probably all GPT generated because GPT knows what they're doing, and sometimes we don't. I hate to say that because I know a lot of people, they're not too good about this AI thing, but for businesses, you gotta learn it. I mean, if you're putting together a proposal and you want to just check for grammar, boom. Yeah. And even on the post now with Facebook and stuff like that, let's read some of these comments here. Okay, next time, teach us a business name. Okay, I'm going to put that down for next week. And we'll go through names. If anyone, and I'll announce that, we'll go through businesses that want to pick a name for their business. And let's see, I'm getting some comments here. Let's see. So let's see this. Oh, look at that. I can actually show it. You are using resources. Smart GPT is just a tool. That's right. Thank you. It is. It's just a tool because I have to put the expression in or the, my design in, and then they just kind of say, well, that you got that, the other thing that they didn't do this week, just because we're talking about Chat GPT, I said, I looked at the last couple thumbnails. You know what they didn't do? Right down here, right over there in your YouTubes, if anybody does YouTubes, is the time of the YouTube. Well, guess what? Don't get your messaging over here because that messaging is going to get cut off by that little time right there. Does that make sense? But do you think ChatGPT told me that? No, I had to go put the logo out there and I found out, hey, it cut off the messaging. This is why everybody's putting their messaging up over here on these stuff. See up here? They're putting their messaging up there. So the time of the video, I'm really challenging myself to put my finger like this right now. It's totally opposite of what way it's going. Right there is where your time is. Okay. Anyway, we learned a little bit from ChatGPT. What else? What else? Anything else before we say goodbye? Any open discussion on anything? I always like to leave it open. Ferris, you got some people here to give you critique on anything.
My only comments would be go back and find someone that believes in you before you believe in yourself. And it looks like you have that now.
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing is the phrase failure is not an option. Well, that is totally wrong. Failure is always an option because that's how you grow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. For me now in my 80th trip around the sun and starting out with this YouTube, which I've been teaching people YouTube for 15 years, but I never pushed myself out. And now I'm going to push myself out and do my thing. And that's really interesting that you said that, Ferris, because the creators studios on YouTube say that, you're going to you're don't look at your stats. Don't look at that. Just keep going. And you've always said this all along, Ferris. Just put one foot in front of you. Just show up.
Yep.
How many times have you said just show up? And when we've talked about this, Ferris, anything to say?
The time you don't show up when you know you should show up is the worst time ever. So many times you don't want to show up and you go and something magical happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Fear of missing out. Yeah. That's so true. And so, yeah. Develop an elevator pitch for potential clients. Oh, that we got to do too. That's a great session. So we got business name, elevator pitch. And Ferris has been in just about every single class I've ever taught. So we have the template, you might say, and that template is you say things at a certain time and a certain way, and then you can tell by the result of how you did. There is a little moniker that says how you did, and that is, Ferris, what is it? How can you tell if you did a good elevator pitch? How can you tell?
When people approach you.
Exactly. If you stand up and do a pitch and then everybody kind of goes out the door and goes, where is everybody? Well, I guess I didn't do a good pitch. But if they come to you afterwards, and I recently did that at a chamber function, but you know what I did? I dangled a little. Oh, so if any of you are interested, and I did a visual. Remember, Ferris, we talk about putting the by the way up or something. Do a visual like, come on over. I mean, it looks like a commercial, doesn't it? Me even saying it. But guess what? My, what would you say? My way of telling how was my pitch, how was my elevator, how was my messaging. People came over and asked for my card. Ding, 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 ding. See, so thank you for suggesting that. That is a great session that we will do here on Fridays because it's so necessary. And I have a template out of my playbook that we can just go through the template and learn each section. Okay, anything else? Because I said 30 minutes, but it's our first time. We can actually go over a little bit if anybody has any more questions or comments. Chat room, you have anything to say? Let's do it today because I'm going to give you a little bit extra of my time if you want. Does anybody have anything else, or should we say sayonara? Anybody? Questions? Answers? Are you motivated, Joyce?
I am. You always motivate me.
Are you motivated, Ferris?
Yep.
All right, well, good. If you guys are all motivated, stand by for just 1 second while I go out, okay, with a commercial. First of all, I want to thank Ferris of Leave Your Mark Events, just below me here, that has really literally sponsored just about all my endeavors over the years. And so you'll see him on the Patti Serrano podcast at the end there. Be sure and join him, his group on Facebook, Lyme Events, LYME, only one E, and then Vents on Facebook. The other thing is right now I am putting together some of my promo material, and that is merchandise for my podcast, which would be, the Patti Serrano podcast. We have hats, we have t-shirts, we have keychains, all this kind of stuff. And you can go over to this live stream right now and just scroll down and get that link. But here's the difference of what I'm doing and what I suggest to people. I built collections. I built a collection of boogie boarding, which a lot of people, I've been involved in for years. I built a collection of my class reunion, a collection for Quartzsite, Arizona. Different logos for different collections. So my whole commercial just isn't on, Patti Serrano podcast. It's on all my different collections. And you can find that over on the link which says my favorite merchandise, my favorite merch. Okay. So that's my commercial. I take it, leave it, whatever. It's not like I have to have you go over there. but I just enjoy it. I really enjoy creating, as most of you know that know me. And so have at it if you want to have some fun. The other last thing before we say goodbye is if you want a merchandise page, if you want to have your own merch, I can also set you up on how to have hats, t-shirts, keychains, cups, and all that. Okay? All right. Any last comments before I say goodbye? Anybody? Look at those smiles. All right. Well, you have been involved in the first live stream of 2026, and we'll be here every Friday at 11 o'clock Pacific time, noon Mountain, and at 2 o'clock, at 1 o'clock Texas time. Right, Stacy? Yeah, so we got 11, 12, 1, and 2. And if you're in Europe, figure it out because I don't know. All right, so we'll see you all on the next live stream. Thank you all for coming.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All righty.
Thank you. Sorry. Come on.